Everybody, what's going on? Welcome to PeriscopeCrawl tonight on Thursday, July the 16th, I think, or 17th. Anyway, welcome to PeriscopeCrawl. If you're new, make sure you swipe right, swipe up, invite your followers. You can share on Twitter. We want to get as many people as we possibly can in on PeriscopeCrawl tonight. We are so excited to have everybody here. What's up? Hey, it's Sunny. What's up, Tina? How are you? I hope everybody's having an incredible day. And tonight's topic for Periscope is called Periscope as we see it. Hey, Nate, what's up? So tonight it's going to be me at BetJet and at JB Howard. I know it's Thursday. First timer here. What's up, Pensive TN? Thank you so much for joining. We love first timers. If you're a first timer, give us a thumbs up so that we can definitely congratulate you and say thank you for joining as well. Love BetJet. I do too. She's freaking awesome. So thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. Thanks so much for joining PeriscopeCrawl. Tonight it's me at BetJet and at JB Howard. And what we're doing is talking about Periscope. We're going to tell you how PeriscopeCrawl came to be. We're also going to share some Periscope, some of our best practices that we've learned from the beginning. We decided to take this week and really just take a second and kind of reflect on the last 9 weeks, the last 12 weeks of Periscope, and how it's really impacted our lives, to be honest with you. So to let you know a little bit about who I am, you're so energetic, I love it. Thanks. To let you know who I am, my name is Kevin Buchanan. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I am the brand manager / writer for an online magazine called Everyday Life. If you go to everyday-life.us, you'll find the magazine that I work for. I work from home. I love it so much. Ronnie, love you too. I have my dream job, and I really, really love that as well. So my purpose, I feel like what my life is meant to do is to help others believe that their life matters, to know that the goals and the dreams in their life matter, and that they're meant to be lived out now. So that's what I use my life for, and Periscope is such a great way for me to do that. Brandy, I love Nashville too. I've been here for 10 years, and I love it as well. So let me tell you just a little bit quickly about how the PeriscopeCrawl came to be. So me and Bethany and Jim Bob, we've been on Periscope practically since the beginning that Periscope started. Pretty much in those first few weeks, we were on and giving it a try. The PeriscopeCrawl is all about the three of us. We share encouragement, we share business tips, we share techie tricks to help you along with Periscope. And occasionally we'll bring in special guests and they'll share their wisdom and their experience. We've had some amazing special guests so far, and we love it every time we get more people in here as well. Now, the way PeriscopeCrawl was born, though, is pretty cool. And it's something that's so unique about Periscope and how it works anyway. Me and Bethany, we met through a Facebook group, and then we really got to know each other because we were watching each other on Periscope. Well, one day I was doing a Periscope and Bethany was about to go live on her Periscope and she was commenting on mine. So I said, hey guys, you should follow at BetJet because she's about to go live on Periscope. Well, little did we know, this guy named Jim Bob Howard, you gotta love that name, he was watching, and so he, after all that happened, we were talking, me and Bethany were talking, and Jim Bob kind of came into our conversation, just kind of broke into it, and said, guys, that was really cool how you just passed it off to the next person. We should think about doing something like this. It's similar to a bar crawl. Let's call it PeriscopeCrawl, a Periscope crawl. And 9 weeks ago that started. And 9 weeks later, we're here. And it's really, really awesome. We love PeriscopeCrawl. We love how it's growing. And it's growing because of all you guys. So thank you so much for making it what it is. And I learned about Periscope from, Jim Bob, you're the best. Okay, I want to tell you real quick. My time is going faster than I thought. I've got 4 things that I want to tell you about what I've learned so far from Periscope and what it's teaching me. First of all, I freaking love Periscope so much. It is my #1 social media outlet that I can use to connect with people. Breathe. Okay. Let me breathe. Jim Bob told me to breathe. Let me breathe. Okay, so, but I can't. I have to be all excited. Okay, so Periscope, I love it so much because it gives me a chance to really connect with people, and you can kind of see like what I do and that kind of thing. So here's 4 things I've learned so far though from being on Periscope. 1, if you want to do well at Periscope, be yourself. Okay, people are drawn to authenticity. So if you're like me and you're like energetic and talk fast and talk loud and crazy, people are going to be drawn to that. So don't be anything that you're not. If you're very business-minded, very techie-minded, like you'll see Bethany and Jim Bob, like the way they present themselves and what they talk about is definitely, it's different than mine because that's their strengths and that's their ability. So be authentic, be authentic on Periscope, and I promise you people will be drawn to that and they will follow that as well. Number 2, little things can become big things on Periscope. This is the one I want to share the most real quick. Little things can become big things. So I do a thing called Wine Talks pretty much every night, and this is how Wine Talks came to be. When I did my very first Periscope, I had a wine glass in my hand, similar to this one here, and because I thought it would be easier if I drank some wine during my first Periscope. Well, people liked that, I liked it, and now it's turned into Wine Talks that I do every night at 7:31 Central to plug it. So PeriscopeCrawl happened because I just happened to say, hey, let's throw it over to Bethany when I get off of here. Jim Bob saw that. It turned into PeriscopeCrawl, which was amazing. Another example, if Renee Harden's on here, and she does coffee talks in the morning. That started because in the morning she does Periscopes. She happened to have a coffee mug. She started the Periscope, zoomed in on the coffee mug, and then that turned into coffee talks every morning. And just a little side note, Renee Harden's going to be our special guest next week on PeriscopeCrawl, so make sure you're following at Renee Harden as well. So little things can become big things on Periscope, so make sure that you pay attention to that and let things happen. Okay, number 3, don't be afraid of competition. This is one thing that people get scared of. They don't want to scope about a particular topic because somebody else is already doing that. That is okay. That's okay because what you have to bring to the table is going to be different than what somebody else is doing. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid of competition. Get in there, do what you're good at doing, what you're passionate at doing, what you're passionate about, and I promise that will definitely draw people in. Okay, the last one real fast. Engage, engage, engage. The thing I've learned about Periscope, the reason that I feel like I've grown in Periscope, agreed, your way is unique to you. I totally believe that. Scott Croucher, I totally believe that. Do your thing. I totally believe that. So if you want to be better at Periscope, engage with other Periscopers. Comment, give hearts, follow people. Oh gosh, my time's up. Okay, so if you're not following EdBetJet, make sure you're following her at BetJet. Say hey, EdBetJet, one last time if you're still on here. We're gonna kick it over to her next. Periscope helped me get Kevin's number. Yes, Nate and I have each other's number because of that. All right, so follow EdBetJet. That's where we're going next. There she is. She said, hey, so follow her. She's gonna share with you next. Thanks, guys, for making PeriscopeCrawl so much fun every week. It's one of the highlights of my week. Thank you so much. We're taking over to EdBetJet now. Bye. See you later, everybody.
Hey everybody! I've got to take the guys out of my ear for a second. I can see them on my Google Hangout. Hi! I'm so glad you guys came in here. Ronnie and Bocara, Rachel, good to see you. Hey Nate, Tina, yay! Adrian, you guys are doing some amazing things on Periscope and I love you all. So tonight is like a super fun Periscope crawl for us. And hey Dave, good to see you. Yeah, I probably need to breathe too, like heaven, but I just can't help it because I get so excited. I can hear it in my voice. Welcome, Leja Bocara. Hey, hey! All right, so here we go. Periscope as we see it. So I just want to tell you, first, my name is Bethany. I'm an entrepreneur, work-at-home mom, author, writer. Thank you. Oh, my book, The Cinderella Rule. Yay! I hope that you loved it. I wrote a dating guide. My sort of like unique thing in the writing world is I got published on my first try and just jump-started this career in writing, and now I am a collaborative writer with my agency working on 3 books with a possible 4th at a meeting next week. So very exciting things happening, and that's what I do. I teach people how to start that process so that you can get published, especially in nonfiction and with the Serious Writer program. So I'm so glad to have you guys in here. Here's my tips for you guys. Business tips. Hey. You make time for what is important to you. And people will always say that they don't have time to do things. And all that means is I don't want to make time to do that because I have priority in other areas. And that's okay. You can say no to people. But I just want you to know we were talking tonight about where we started this 9 weeks ago. And I was finishing college and launching a business. And then we had just moved and started back into the military, and I had a lot of things going on. But Periscope changed my life, and I found myself doing a whole lot of scopes about writing and about working from home, you know, things that were just like everyday life. And because of that, because Periscope came at a critical time for me, hold on. It really helped me launch my business, and you can do that too. So make time to Periscope. It can be scary. A lot of times you think, who would want to watch me on Periscope, or who would want to know or see my whole thing? And the thing is that you have a unique way of seeing things that nobody else does, and that is why there can be, you know, tons of books on the bookshelf about marriage and tons of books on finances. It's because all of these authors are basically saying the same thing. They're just saying it in a different way. And you could do that on Periscope. So Kevin talked about not comparing yourself to, like, you know, you'll see people who are like already kind of big in their niche. You can join them, become friends with them, start, you know, engaging with them on their Periscopes. Guess what? They're going to jump on there with you because they got to where they are because they like people and because they want to help people bring them in. So that was one thing. And then my second tip is relationships. So talk about what you know. A lot of my clients say that they joined because of Periscope, and I think that I have made deep relationships with people virtually using Periscope. Not only are Kevin and Jim Bob and I almost attached to the hip now, and we talk almost every day, but that wouldn't have happened beforehand. And you know, we didn't really get to have a meeting this week, and because life was crazy for all of us in different ways, and I felt it today. You know that feeling when you miss somebody really, really badly? That's what happened, and so we were kind of talking about that tonight. So not only are you getting in touch with people, you get to see their real life. You get to see the good and the bad. And don't be afraid to Periscope. It doesn't have to be perfect when you're Periscoping. You can have kids yelling in the background, but you feel the need to show someone something really cool at the moment, and you have to do it at the moment. You have to say, okay, I'm just going to do this, and kids are yelling, but that's okay, because you're inviting people into your life, which makes this so much better than anything else out there. So I don't know where I'm at on time because I was not paying attention. So I'm probably going to hand it over to Jim Bob. I have kids interrupting me right now, and that's okay. So Jim Bob Howard is in here, so start following him. I'm going to go ahead and give him the cue to start going. And yes, I've got one of my little birthday boys is in here. Okay, it's okay. It is bedtime for the kids at our house. Aww. Yeah, I have 3 boys, so I like to Periscope about what it's like to work with children at home. What happens next? Jim Bob Howard. Nate, I would love to connect, and I'm actually reading the comments now, and I wasn't, and I should have been, and I'm so sorry about that. Jim Bob Howard is next. Hi, good to have you. Yes, follow JB Howard. I'm going to look at Kevin, who is on my right, for a thumbs up when he goes live. Here's a little one. Oh, he's going live right now, so I'm going to get off. Say hi. Hi. Little cameo. All right. See you guys later.
Hey, welcome to the Periscope Crawl. That's right. Tonight we're talking about Periscope as we see it. Hey everybody, Jim Bob Howard here. I'm going to try to tone it down a little bit. We always have so much energy when we come into the Periscope call. We got great stuff that we always talk about. Hey Nate, hey Donna, hey Tony, thank you guys so much. Yeah, so I made that graphic there. That's a neat little thing. Echo Brew, yeah. Nate, you asked about that last week, and I saw it in the comments afterwards, and I missed it. So let me just tell you real quick. The thing leaks. We can talk about that later. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'm glad you like my energy. Good evening. Hi. Tour at your door. Tour at your door. I don't know. Tour at your door. Okay. Photo gal. Thanks for coming in. Hey, and so one of the things that Bethany was talking about was the friendships and the connections and the things that you make, the friendships that you make and the relationships that are established. And if you can see over my shoulder here, there's a little piece of art that I actually won on Periscope. And that was just a few weeks ago. It was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I don't know. These guys are making funny faces over here. I'm going to ignore them for now. But I'm the techie guy. So there are a number of things that just as we talk about, well, let me tell you who I am first. My name's Jim Bob Howard. I live in Austin, Texas. I know we've got some Texas folks in here as well. I'm going to have to like close this so they like stop making faces at me. So I do, yeah, it's Fury art. Exactly. It's Wick Fury did that. And you can see the little PeriscopeCrawl symbol right there down at the bottom that he put there. So here's the thing. PeriscopeCrawl, like Kevin said, came out of a relationship. Or came out of just a couple of ideas that folks were having. And we were having a conversation, and I saw Kevin get off, and he said, hey, you should go watch Bethany. And I said, hey, it's like a PeriscopeCrawl. And so I mentioned it to them, and I think that night we did the first PeriscopeCrawl. We was like, yeah, let's do it tonight. So we did it that night, and then boom, the next week, we kept doing that. So my job on here is always to talk about the tech tips, because that's the thing that really excites me. The different things that you can do with the app, things that are changing, things that are new. So last week, let me just tell you too, if you didn't get a chance to, or if you were watching last week and I confused you about blocking, I want to try to explain it in a very simple way. When you block someone, you can't see them anywhere on Periscope, okay? They can't come into your cast because they can't see you. The only place that they can see you when you block them is they can see you comment in somebody else's Periscope. But you can't see them, and so they're completely gone out of your view, and you don't have to worry about them anymore. So that's blocking. There you go. A couple of other things. Twitter. I know that Twitter Share is now available for Android. I haven't used it, but it's available now as far as as much as I've been told. One of the things that you can do if you haven't been paying attention the last week or so, one of the things that was broken on this past Saturday actually is the fact that you can actually send a direct message directly from Periscope. And the way you do that is that you swipe right if you're on iOS, or however you get to share on Twitter, and then you change out the text that's in there, and you put the letter D with a space, and then the username. So if you've not tried this yet and you want to try it right now, go ahead and do share on Twitter, replace all of the text that they put in the box for you, and do D space JB Howard, and then put some text after. It's like, hey, I'm sending you a direct message. My Twitter is open, so I can get direct messages from anybody. Typically, the default is that you can only send direct messages to people who are following you, but you can send me one right now if you want to give that a try. Repurposing scopes, that's something else we've been doing from the very beginning. We've been talking about that, and we've been recording all of our scopes, and we put them on a background, we post them up onto YouTube, and we also put them on our website. Our website is just a blog which has a place where we put all of our stuff, and so we have all of our past PeriscopeCrawl videos there. The website is PeriscopeCrawl.com, just like the thing. Landy Poo, I just got your direct message. Thanks for sending that. So if you go to PeriscopeCrawl.com, you can see all of our past videos. We've had Dave Shrine as a guest. We've had Ryan Bolello as a guest. We've had Misty Moss as a guest. We had Robert Stern as a guest last week. Next week we're going to have Ronnie Harden. We've got a couple of other great people lined up too, and so you're going to see them. And so you can find out. We're gonna put the schedule up on the blog. The other thing that's over there on the website too is there are a couple of IFT recipes. And if you're not familiar with IFT, it's IFTTT, which means if this, then that. And so a couple of things that are going on there is that you can do when you're working with Twitter. I've got things set up to follow lists on Twitter, so I can see people that have broadcast already, so that I don't have to go in live to all of their stuff, and I can still see all of their great content. So I do that. I also have one that says when I put that little hashtag on this that says I'm live, it sends it directly to, hey, did somebody just say Chocolate Johnny is in the room? Cool. Thanks for coming in, Chocolate Johnny. I know it's early in the morning in Australia for you. But when I put that I'm live in there, it means that on my Facebook page, there's a picture that goes up that says I'm live and shares that. Another thing that it does too, and this is what I want to show you tonight. So here's a little tip. Hey, Firm TV, I just got your direct message. So let me close something because I always like to show you something with the tech tips, and so let me do that real quick. The easiest way to do it, and let me just see if it actually worked on my page real quick before I turn this around and show it to you. So when I went live today, when I came on this show, yeah, it did. Okay, so this is really cool. One of the reasons why I have an image that gets posted is because when you first go live, Facebook goes out and tries to grab an image, but nothing has been done yet. Okay, and so there's not a picture there. So let me just turn this around and I'll show you what you would typically see. Okay, so see, this is what it looks like when I have my IFT recipe post this out to Facebook. So something that I learned over the last couple of days, pretty interesting thing. If you look at this post and you see this little link here, this was posted by IFT, okay? If you click on that, oh, nope, that's the wrong one. If you click on this one that has the time on it, that will take you into the post itself. And let me just tilt up so you can see that. Now take a look over here. There's a little drop down right here. If you click on it, oh, it's not going to show it to me. All right, fine. I know of another place where I can do it. Of course, this always happens when I want to show something really cool. So let's try this. Decor Pixie was posting earlier today, and I saw that she had one. This is my lovely bride's website, or her Facebook page. Hang on, let me just scroll down a little bit. Of course, all the pages are going away. I'm missing your comments because I'm looking over at the screen behind you. So bear with me for just a second. While I'm doing that, okay, here it goes. It came up. If my page will scroll. Okay, so here was something earlier, and let me see if I can get this one to work. So if you look at the time on this guy, there is a drop down up here. Okay, here's what I want to show you. So up at the very top, there's a link. There's a drop down that says refresh share attachment. As soon as I do that, and this works great when it's when your replay is still live. Boom! It updated the video for you. It updated the picture for you, so you get that splash screen at the very beginning. So that'll be there, and if I can get it to work on my page, I'll do it as well. So that's my tip. That was kind of a cool thing, so I wanted you to see that. Couple of other things, just from a Periscope as we see it. I've invested in some gadgets and some cool little tech that goes along with stuff too. I've got a tripod. As you can see, my camera is very steady. I also got some lenses. So there are a couple of lenses that you can get. This one is a Yopo clip, and this one, it looks just like this, and it's just a clip, and I can clip it right over my camera. And now you've got a wide angle of me. There's also a fisheye that you can do as well. Oh, and catch me. Yeah, Tony, I'm glad you brought that up. So that was something else that I wanted to do too. I actually set up an IFT recipe today so that it automatically retweets my casts. And so when I do I'm live, it retweets it with an IFT, and with a catch, and I wanted to try that. So catch is another something new, and that's it's a place that actually captures your video for you and keeps it on the web for longer than 24 hours, which is kind of neat. But it has some caveats with it. The comments aren't on the screen, and they don't scroll along with your video. They're just off to the side, but you can read them all, and they have links to the people. And so those are some cool things. Yeah, the Olo clip is another good one too there, Bradshaw. Let's see. The next thing I'm going to get is a microphone. Okay, one last thing I want to tell you to do too before we go, because I'm sure I'm way over my time. One last thing that you need to do if you're going to broadcast, I highly recommend you do this. Go into your phone and turn off notifications, then put it in airplane mode, and then turn Wi-Fi back on. I actually forgot to do that here, but what it does is it keeps phone calls from coming in and interrupting your broadcast. Let me get up above the comments here. Okay, so I've heard great things about the Smart Lava, though I don't have one yet. I don't have any microphone yet. So, did I say everything? Is it time to breathe? Okay. Thank you guys so much for being part of the Periscope Crawl. We love doing this. Like Bethany and Kevin both said, it is so much fun for us. We really enjoy it. I see stars on the screen, which means it's time for me to go, so my time's up. So go watch, go over to Periscope Crawl. You can go there and ask us questions. You can add, if you're doing a show that's set at a certain time, you can do that as well. You can put your show on the list. And you can also send us questions through info@periscopecrawl.com. Thanks so much for being a part of this. Be sure to join us next week when we have Run A Hard.